Hey, what is going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. Welcome back to another video of the Footy News series. I did say we were going to make it a regular series, but obviously because of all this coronavirus stuff, 2.5 months, we couldn't film it, but we're back, and we're going to be doing it weekly again. One on my channel, and next week we'll do it with Mitch Ryan. So, yeah, we're just going to be talking for 20 odd minutes, 25, maybe even 30, just about everything that's going on in the AFL, all the latest news, and we might even throw in some funny segments potentially. But yeah, let's just get straight into the points.
Yeah, it's good to be back after a long wait. I'm sure all the Cardman fans...
Yeah, I'm sure everyone was waiting for the day to come. Try to forget about the poor lighting, getting a new lighting kit very soon. So the quality of videos when I film at night won't be this poor.
All right, let's get into it. We're
Alrighty.
back.
Yeah, we're back. All right. Do you want to start off with a topic, Mitch?
Yep. So one thing that has sort of erupted in the last few days is crowds.
Yep.
No one thought... People were doubting that we're going to have crowds in this season. People thought they weren't going to be able to see their team play this season. Now... Adelaide and Port Adelaide supporters are going to see their team play. So I think it's 3,000 people are going to go to Adelaide Oval.
3,000, something like that.
Yeah, so that is going to be great to see fans at games. Also, Queensland, we saw the Premier came out and said that 25% of seats at stadiums can be filled. So I don't think it's going to happen this week, but potentially in the next few weeks we'll see crowds in Queensland.
Yeah, Queensland, they just recently they said no, not this week, but I think maybe not the week after, but very soon we'll see crowds in Queensland, and we're already seeing them in South Australia, which is some good news because we can finally see some footy that doesn't feel weird when you're watching. But I'm not too sure how that's going to work, 2,000 fans, maybe just members or 1,000 of each side, something like that, maybe.
Yeah, well,
sure.
I think... the members, a lot of the members weren't happy earlier in the season that their clubs weren't giving them refunds or anything. So I think members will get first priority to the tickets and seats, as well as MCC members at the MCG when the crowds do come back to Victoria in probably about 4 weeks or so. That's what they were talking about. But yeah, I think memberships for the clubs and also the memberships that the grounds have in place. I think they're the people who will get first access to the tickets.
Yeah, that's a fair call. I don't reckon any outsiders would get a chance in because they're only 2,000. It's not that many when you think about it, and you want to give the members first priority since they were the ones who have the loyal supporters to the club. Yeah. It'll
be good to see an atmosphere at the game. So
yeah, at least one of the games.
It'll be good, yeah. Well, it'll be good to see some fans in the crowd.
And it's good that Port Adelaide get something to celebrate with the fans with their 150th, where they were in the prison bars. So, yeah, it would be good. And if a Port or an Adelaide supported film a match day vlog, that might get some views because they're not going to be too many AFL vlogs going around.
We'll have to see if the pair can snag himself a seat at the game.
Yeah, that would be nice.
At the 150th game, surely the pair will hook him up with a seat.
Yeah, they'd do him dirty if they didn't.
Yeah. Also, earlier in the week, there was a bit of a eruption with the Collingwood Magpies and the Port Adelaide prison bar Guernsey. Now, what is your opinion? Do you think that Port Adelaide should be able to wear the jersey whenever they want, or what do you think on it?
Yeah, I haven't really touched on this too much. Probably, I reckon it would be... I don't know why they would need to wear their prison bars against the Pies. And if that's the case, the Pies can just wear their away jumper. I think that isn't really much of a clash. I wouldn't have thought so. But what would the Power think you're wearing the prison bars as their home Guernsey every week? Or
the Power wanted to wear the Guernsey in every showdown every year against Adelaide. And Eddie Maguire came out and said he wasn't happy with, Port Adelaide sort of branding themselves as well as the Magpies because Collingwood has that branding.
Yeah, fair enough.
So, yeah, I think Port Adelaide, I think, they're free to wear a Guernsey once or twice a year in the showdown. I think that's completely fine.
In the showdown.
But I kind of agree a little bit with Maguire when he's saying that they shouldn't completely rebrand themselves as the Port Adelaide Magpies. Obviously, they've been around for 150 years. They've probably been around for longer than Collingwood, but Collingwood were originally in the AFL, and I don't think they should, get themselves a little bit mixed up. But I think it's completely fine for them to still have the team in the sandful, and wear it. They can probably wear it 3-4 times a year, but just that's my opinions and thoughts on it.
Yeah, I do agree with that. Do you want to touch on the hubs, the Queensland hubs, or
the WA hubs?
Yeah, the WA and Queensland. I know. Adelaide and Port Adelaide. After the showdown, they were going to be playing games there. Perth teams, Eagles and Freo. I think Adelaide and Port have to share a hotel, which Koshi wasn't a fan of. And the funny thing is, it's the same hotel I stayed at, or the same resort I stayed at in my Gold Coast vlog earlier this year, which is, I read that up, I'm like, oh, that's pretty strange. But yeah.
I don't think they should be.
But
Koshi should be complaining about the facilities they're getting.
Yeah, true. But the thing about that place is that there is like one major pool, so that two teams will be probably next to each other in the spa or something. Wouldn't be too ideal.
Yeah. Well, I think the Queensland hubs. I think West Coast Eagles arrived on Tuesday, which is today at the time we're filming it. But when you guys are watching it, they arrived on Tuesday to Gold Coast, and Tim Kelly was speaking about it, and he says, it's all right as long as they get to move with their family. He's happy to play football, and he's quite happy with what the AFL have done in allowing families to go over with them. So yeah,
that's good. So what, the family's gonna stay with the players, or like
they're gonna stay with the players at the resort.
Oh, okay, that's good. Yeah, which
we touch on?
Which I was gonna say, it's gonna come for Eagles are now playing home games at Metricon. There's a round 5 Friday night blockbuster, which is Richmond and West Coast, or Thursday night, I think, which is at Metricon, which is going to be very strange.
And there could be a crowd there.
There could be a crowd as well, which could be good news for Eagles or Tiger supporters living in Queensland. But that's just really weird to think about. Plus, the Suns are going to have all these home games as well at the start of the year, which is maybe added bonus for them.
It'll be a good test for them. They've got all these home games. They can't make any excuses on travelling.
Yeah.
They will most likely have fans at the games in rounds 3, 4 and 5.
Not like there'll be many.
Round 5 they're playing Geelong at GMHBA, but in rounds 3 and 4, they are at Metricon. So it'll be good. I almost hope Gold Coast do alright to see him,
Yeah, it would be good.
See him do alright.
Give him, see if they can get a couple wins, 1 or 2. Who do they play? Because look, every team's better than them at the moment, so every game will technically be an upset win. But who have they got? They got the Eagles, who they're not going to win that.
Crows and Freo.
Crows and Freo, they have a chance. They beat Freo last year, and the Crows in a pre-season match. So those 2 games could be a lot closer than what many may think. The question is, will they get over the line?
Yeah, well, I think Crows and Freo, I think they definitely can get over the line against both of those 2 teams. A lot of people sort of put the Crows and Freo to the bottom end of their ladder. So
yeah, I reckon the Crows and Freo are looking all right though. Like they weren't bad against their oppositions in round 1, but I don't see them winning too many games. Maybe Freo, sneaky chance of a top 8, a few people are saying, but don't see that.
I think Freo rely on Nat 5 too much, almost. If you had Nat 5s everywhere, I think they'd easily win the flag. Because he can, take contested marks, win the footy, play it forward. He could even play as a key defender on Buddy Franklin and do well. But yeah, I think Freo need a little bit more depth to go further into the finals.
What else have we got with a fixture? Oh yeah, Geelong and Hawthorn round 2. That's going to be the first time the Hawks play against the Cats, GMHBA, since 2006, which is going to be interesting. But the Cats do have that home ground advantage, even though without the fans, still believe that they're going to get the job done. But it will be a close match. Probably the game I'm looking forward to the most this week.
Yeah, I think that'll be a ripper of a game. Hawks, it'll just be weird seeing one of the big Victorian clubs down at Geelong playing. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that game. But the game for me that I'm looking forward to the most would have to be Collingwood versus Richmond on Thursday night. I'm a Pies fan. Yes, I'm looking forward to it because of that reason. But I'm also looking forward to it is because these two are considered, as the two sort of teams up and around. They're going to win the grand final, as well as, I suppose Giants, Eagles throw in there. But yeah, that is a blockbuster of a game, and it'll be huge if the Pies get up over the Tigers as a win. I think that'll sort of get the Pies going toward winning a premiership. So yeah, I think it's a make or break almost for the Pies. This could almost destroy the Pies this season or make it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, if it's a close game, I don't believe it will destroy their season. But I don't want it to be that like the blowout it was last year in round 2. That was a poor match where the Pies just ran over the top.
Great game for me.
Yeah, great game for Pies fans, but it was a poor match. So I'm hoping margins within 2 goals, similar to Brodie Grundy kicking the match winner. Something like that would be nice, just for the fans' perspective, so we can, because really, whenever we get back to footy, the first game back is always a pretty shocking game, really.
Yeah, I want to also talk about how's it going to be with the background noise in the crowd. I've watched a few of the NRL games, and
have they implemented that NRL?
They have done the same sort of method. They've done. So the away team, when they score a try, this is in the NRL format, they did a bit of clapping and cheering, but not as much as when the home team scores a try. So I think the AFL will sort of implement a similar system to that. But I think they should probably don't make it too loud and overwhelming, because I still think it's unique to hear the players talking and speaking throughout the game, which is a feature that we normally don't get to see. So I don't want them to overpower it too much, but I still think it does create more atmosphere at the game with some noise in the background.
Yeah, I'd definitely prefer it, but I reckon maybe excess noises that are that make it tacky if they play the same noise multiple times. Kind of like in AFL Evo when you have that crowd chant. It's a good feature, but when you hear it over and over, it's kind of tacky. And it wouldn't be realistic as well. What are they going to do when there's a massive tackle? You can't really have the fan experience it or anything. Or when with the players that are abusing the umpires, you can't really call the Razor Ray a bold flog unless they play that. Unless they actually get people to record it in, call them a wanker or something like that. That would be a good ad. They probably would argue that they should do that.
Yeah. I don't think they'd quite go to the extent to calling him a wanker. I think they get in a bit of trouble for doing that. But
Gillon McLaughlin had that as an idea. I don't think Razor Ray would be too happy. But there was also something on live video displays of fans.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how that's going to work. I don't know if
people would just muck around with it and just play things at random times.
Show their ass or dack their pants, show their meat to the camera. That wouldn't be a great viewing experience for Seven. They'd probably get taken down or something. Would be funny though.
I know. Yeah, Pies did get confirmed with the cardboard cutout. They sent a thing out to all the members.
So is that going to happen for...
Yeah, round 2, they're going to put some cardboard cutouts
nice.
of fans. I'm not sure if any other teams are doing it. I'm sure there will be.
Because I heard the NRL are doing that, $22 they have to pay members or something like that, which if they do it for the Saints, I might actually consider doing that. It would be a nice feature.
Yeah, I applied my photo for the Pies. Don't know if I've got accepted yet, but for anyone who's watching the game on Thursday night, have a look out for me in my Pies jumper. As a cardboard
it would be
cutout.
funny though if like you could have someone else's a photo and not tell them, and like
Yeah.
if they see themselves on TV, put like a really stupid photo of them. That would be pretty funny.
Yeah. Well, I think there'll be, some more teams doing that. But now, teams might not go to the extent to make all the cardboard cutouts because there could be fans actually at games now.
Too much effort, yeah, not unnecessary.
Yeah.
Plus, yeah,
All
all
right.
that. Yeah, we'll go on to our
another
next
thing I wanted to talk about was who did you think was the best big freeze slider? Obviously, all the 18 clubs went into an ice bath or went down a slide in different ways. Who was your favourite?
So that's going to be a tough one since I only watched 4 or 5. I was filming, I was actually on Geordie Pluto's Twitch stream whilst it was on. I actually forgot the time, and then when I went to go see on 7, it was already over. So I watched a few of the freeze. I watched the Saints, the Crows, North Melbourne, I think the Cats. Look, they were alright, but definitely not as good as the big slide, the big freeze. Thought the Saints one was pretty good. Bradley Hill, Dennis Rodman. Who else did I see? But yeah, some of them were a bit underwhelming when it was just like a small little bucket of water they chucked on their head. But look, good. It was for a good cause. So yeah, good. Glad that they did that.
Yeah, a few clubs could have put in more effort, I thought. But the D's went all out and they had this massive blow-up slide. And Christian Petrarca dressed up as Happy Gilmore. And Angus Brayshaw dressed up as the caddy, which was very funny. They went up the slide, they slid down into the icy cold water, and then they got presented a cheque like in Happy Gilmore. So that was probably my favourite big freeze slide. But yeah, it was good to see they put in a lot of effort, and I think one of their sponsors also donated like $30,000 to
that's good.
Freeze M&D, which is a good donation.
Yeah, so they're going to bring it back. They're going to have it next year, aren't they, again?
Yeah, you'd think so.
Yeah, you would think keep on Neil Danaher's tradition. So yeah, Freeze M&D, the big slide, that was pretty good. So I was going to quickly cover, I know I did this in the first footy news, but I'm running out of points to say. So about the couple of the local leagues, if anyone plays for them, in Victoria, Eastern and Northern football leagues have apparently, I'm not going to confirm it because I'm not 100% sure, but I did read that they're pulling the plug, so no more footy for them. I don't play for them, but when training returned last week, I wasn't actually didn't actually train, but I'm going to train tomorrow. Apparently it's contactless, and I'm not even 100% sure if they're going to be games, so not good for junior footy leagues, a bit of a redundant season, but part of me is a bit like, it's kind of good news, I get more free time, but part of me is like, I do miss getting out and having a kick.
So is your league being cancelled? Not your league, or?
I don't think my league's been cancelled. I don't know if the schedule, the fixture or anything. I know that they're still going to be training, but I don't know if there'll be games or anything. Not 100% sure this late into the season.
Well, I've already been to about 3 or 4 training sessions, and my league is due to start back on July the 11th or 12th. So, and we've been told that we're getting a 10 round fixture,
that's pretty good.
with finals. So I was pretty pumped to find out that we were going to getting a decent season.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was good news. And yeah, so we're starting about a month from now, so I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, that's good. Alright, so you've got a couple more points to talk about. All mine are basically gone.
I don't know if you saw, but at the Adelaide Crows training, Kyle Hardigan and Billy Frampton had a little bit of a tussle. They were swinging fists at each other in
Yeah.
They were playing a scratch match,
I saw
and
him.
they were swinging fists at each other. What is your opinion on teammates getting a little bit feisty with each other at training? It didn't look too healthy when I saw it. It was, they were going at each other pretty hard, and they didn't seem to, wasn't like banner. But
Yeah.
what is your opinion about
Well,
players getting all competitive?
usually it's all harmless fun. I didn't actually watch the video. I saw an article, but I didn't actually watch the video itself, so I don't know how severe it was. Probably not that bad, but probably not a good look either for the club and its culture and all that. But yeah, not the greatest look, definitely, when two players go at it. Especially, I think Satano Halpin knocked out someone, forgot who it was, in 2009, which he got suspended or something. So it's not great when things like that happen, but usually it's just, I reckon it's just harmless, nothing really into it.
Yeah. Also, back quickly onto the big freeze. I know we've covered it already, but with Tex Walker's, we saw a few of the big freeze team sliders of the teams had a bit of a crack at Kane Corns. Isaac Heaney was riding on a little surfboard or whatever, wakeboard things, because obviously Kane Corns had a crack earlier during the isolation period at him for doing it in his lake at his farm. And also Tex Walker wore a fireman's outfit, which was apparently to represent the recent bushfire times, but people were saying it was actually a dig at Kane Corns because his career as a firer didn't quite work out. I think he didn't do it for that long, so yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know. I had no idea, but it's pretty funny that you've mentioned it.
Yeah. There's a couple of cheeky digs at Kane Corns, which was funny to see. Also, I think we should go over which teams we think which have the potential to be 5-0 after the
5 rounds that we've got.
Yeah, the first 5 rounds.
So we obviously can't do the teams that have lost last week, but a couple that I have in mind. A few. So Richmond, obviously, they've got a decently tough draw. They've got Collingwood. Let me quickly check.
Hawthorn, Saints and Eagles.
Yeah, Saints and Eagles. Saints, Collingwood, Eagles are going to be tough. As well, Hawthorn as well. They're sneaky top 4 chance, actually. I mean, I have a feeling they might scrape to finals. But, Tigers will be tough. Pies as well. The Power started strong, but I think they'll drop a few at the end. But I think 2 teams that maybe could surprise are the Swans and the Bombers, with a pretty easy start to their draw. Wouldn't be surprised if one of those clubs do remain undefeated after round 5. Really not playing many top 5 teams. I think the Bombers play the Pies round 5. That'll be a good test for them. Swans don't really play anyone notable, really, in the first 5 games, so they've got a chance as well. But
Western Bulldogs, they've got a relatively easy run. They've got North, Swans,
Saints,
and in round 1 they've got the Saints, which Saints normally play well against the Dogs.
Yeah.
But
I'm not confident in the Saints. That's why I tipped against them, but hopefully we get up.
And also, they play Giants, but it'll be intriguing to see if the Western Bulldogs, after their big defeat to the Pies in round 1, can actually recover from that and I think live up to their expectations, which was in most people's top 4.
Yeah, I think they'll bounce back and win 3 or even 4 of their next 4. I don't think the Giants are another team who I think will go 5-0. They're unstoppable force at the moment. But the Dogs still reckon they'll be up there and playing finals for sure. Unless they don't show up against the Saints, which I'll definitely take, because we do. The Saints draw, actually, I'm quickly going to cover that as well. Playing pretty difficult opposition, the Dogs, the Tigers. Are we playing the Tigers? I think so.
You're playing
The Tigers, yeah.
Tigers.
The Tigers, the Pies as well. Another chance at...
And the Blues.
And, yeah, the Blues. So, look, only really seeing us beating the Blues, and that will put us 0-4 start, which in a season of 17 games isn't great. But in a way, it's a bit like, if we don't make it this year, then if we do well, people aren't going to put an asterisk on our season. Because some are saying put an asterisk on the 2020 Premiers, which wouldn't really be great if your team has been struggling to win one, and then you finally do in a season that isn't really proper, which would kind of suck.
Saints do have quite a difficult first few rounds, but also one feature that has been added to these next 4 rounds that have been released is that there is a game at 6:05 Australian Eastern Standard Time on a Sunday, which I'm wrapped with. You normally get to a Sunday afternoon and you're like, oh no, have to go to school tomorrow. And, you're not feeling a bit down, but that's great to have, a game at 6:05 on a Sunday.
Yep, good call.
I think, that'll go to probably 9,
8,
probably a bit
I'd
earlier.
say 8 because of the shortened
8:45, 9.
Yeah, 8.
Around there. But I think it'll be really good to have a game of footy actually late on a Sunday. The AFL could potentially be trialling that for future years.
However...
that later game.
Don't think that will work out since it's a bad time.
Yeah.
Slot since they do it for Eagles games. I know. As people in Melbourne or Victoria, the games are a bit later on a Sunday. But obviously the Eagles have or Perth have a time difference. So they, in a way, you kind of get that for Sunday, a little bit later games. But definitely 6:05. Is different schedule. Hopefully I don't have an exam or anything on that Monday. Otherwise, that would kind of suck. But yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I don't think I would be really wanting to be attending a game at 6 o'clock.
Yeah, then
on a Sunday for a Pies game.
Yeah, then having to rush home,
got school the next day. But when it's on TV.
Yeah, when it's on TV, that's fine. Get onto that. So yeah, it's a bit similar to a Thursday night game in a way, since the next day you got work or school. But obviously the good time slot for Channel 7. I don't know why, but the Thursday night games seem to do really well. And I think they're going to have it every week this year. Maybe even doing games like on the Wednesday or Tuesday. But I reckon with crowds back, that's a bad idea. Since the Monday night they had the Saints versus the Blues. That wasn't a popular time slot. Only 20,000 really attended. So we're going on a tangent on time slots, which that just shows we have nothing to talk about. But the Collingwood-Richmond game, Thursday night in 2 days, and on the same day as this video is released. So it's just exciting to finally get some footy back, and hopefully the the AFL community can get some more views. All right, what else we got?
I've got a topic. So I think there is only 5 teams that can win the flag this year. It's a pretty big call. But you know what? That's what we're here to do. Make big, bold calls on the Footy News series. But I think the Tigers, Hawks, Eagles, Pies and Giants are the only teams that can win the premiership this year.
I'll see, if this was before all this COVID or before round 1, I would have chucked in the Lions. For some reason I had them second in my season predictions. I don't know why. I had them winning 17 games. And there's only 17 games this season, so that's obviously not going to happen. But maybe the Lions, but those 5, I agree. The Hawks, a lot of people are underestimating them, but they just, always good. They're always up there with Clarkson. So
Tom Mitchell back as well.
Tom Mitchell back.
He's a great player for them. So you never know. I could be completely wrong, and
no, it's a good shout. probably at this rate, I do have the Hawks in the top 8.
Watch Freo win the premiership.
Yeah, watch the Suns get the next 16 wins, 17 wins. But yeah, obviously the Pies, the Tigers, the Eagles, the Giants. So I reckon, I still think the Tigers will finish first at this rate. Then maybe, now I have a feeling the Giants might get their second, then the Eagles, then the Pies. I think they'll be the top 4. Most people's top 4 would be those 4 teams in some order. But yeah, definitely a level above the rest of the comp.
Yeah. Also, with this footy news segment, we need some ideas for little mini segments that will be in the series. So let us know in the comment. Sorry, Siri just interrupted me there. Let us know in the comment section what ideas do you have for this series. Like, Siri just interrupted me again.
It's because you're saying series. It probably sounds like Siri.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Hopefully, I'm not going to say the Rias word again. But let us know any suggestions in the comments.
Yeah, because Mitch brought up the idea that it might engage you guys more. And have more to say. Maybe make it like definitely it's going to be weekly. We're planning on it. One on my channel, one on Mitch's channel. And Mitch thought maybe of even adding like a little footy pack to part of the video. So you guys have to watch out for that. Yeah, it's a bit of a cheeky way to give ad watch time. But Mitch thought of the idea. So we might experiment it with the next footy
And I have
series.
given away the packs. So if you want a pack of footy cards, let us know if you want that to happen. We can put one up anywhere. We're happy to give away a pack weekly.
If you want packs of footy cards, enter my winner margin comp if you haven't already. Win 3 packs of footy cards. Eagles and Suns, the Mockbuster clash.
If you go on these competitions, you're almost destined to get a wild card. So I recommend you do go into them.
Because so that's all I got. Unless you've got anything more.
No, that is
we're
pretty
not
much
as
it.
we're not as slick as Katos and Cooko, but it's only the 3rd one in, and
it's
after
a
a 2.5 month break, we're a bit shaky. We're a bit slack. I'm not the greatest at this, but we'll get there. Hopefully the series does all right, and the people watch it. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy this video. I've got no clue how long this is, but yeah. Every fortnight on my channel and every fortnight on Mitch's channel, so it'll be weekly. Subscribe to Mitch Ryan if you enjoy this content and any AFL content. His channel link will be in the description. So look, just subscribe to him if you enjoy the series. Make sure to subscribe because the next ep will be up there. And also 4:30. You want to plug in your video?
My video. Oh yeah, at 4:30 on Thursday, we've got a huge matchup. So after you've watched this video, we've got Bugs Army taking on the Sluggers, which was a little mini game I played with some of my mates. It's going to be commentated on.
Yeah, the trailer looked really nice.
Yeah.
So looking forward to that.
So it'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, that video should be destined to get over a couple thousand views. But yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy this week's episode of Footy News. I know a few of you guys did want us to bring it back. So I didn't want to cancel the series or can it because it might have potential. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. I'll be getting a lighting kit in the next few days, so high quality videos, and I'll see you guys soon in my next video.